Hi, this is Dave Nielsen, track and field coach at Idaho State, and after watching some high jump competitions, I got an idea for measuring the high jump bar so we didn't have discrepancies, whether one person raises the bar up a little higher, or one standard up a little higher than the other one, and pretty soon you're off a couple inches, or something that just takes forever. So the first thing I want to do, though, is get the high jump bar set, and I think that this gets overlooked, because a lot of times the ends of the high jump bar, they get twisted, and the bar doesn't roll to its natural low point with the end in the right place. So here I have the bar, the end's taken off the bar, and the bar strung between two hurdles. Okay, and by doing this, there's usually a natural sag to any bar. And we try to make them straight, but because they're supported at two ends, and there's a lot of times some natural sag, you want it to be there. Most manufacturers have already marked this, and like this one from VS Athletics, that would sit right out towards the high jumper and stuff, so they're advertising their product. Okay, well, we have this marked in here, so now we know that that's a low point to the high jump bar. Now I'll take this end, and I'll just take a little magic marker, and I'll mark a spot in here, the distance of the length of the end itself, and then I'll mark a little mark right on the very top, and here the most rounded part on the top. And then I'll mark the top here, and these two marks, when I put this end back on, should line up. So that way you'll ensure that if these two things are lined up, then you'll always be in the low part of the bar, and the bar won't have a tendency to roll or tumble off. So we'll get that done, and on both sides, and then we'll be over the high jump area. Okay, we're over here at the high jump area. Here's like a kind of a typical measuring stick. It has the heights alongside here, the little tape measure that runs through there. This one is a little bit unique, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we've moved this up there to some arbitrary height, 163 in meters or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. We're going to measure each side of the crossbar at the standard. So Brian's holding the stick in here, and I'm just going to raise that up there so that it touches this bar coming out here. Okay, once it's up on that side, then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, now we have another thing. So the high jump bar is to be measured in the middle. Well, the problem is going back and forth, or someone raising a little bit on one standard and not so much in the other standard, and pretty soon the standards are off. Stuff. This is a way to ensure that doesn't happen, or it happens very little. Okay, so now we're going to go to the middle and find out what the actual height is of this crossbar. And to do this, we have a plate that comes down and will drop down right on the crossbar. So as soon as it hits the crossbar without depressing it, then I can lock it in there. And this difference on the plate right here, if you can see this would be the delta, or the change, the sag in the crossbar. That's the amount of sag in that crossbar from end to middle. Okay, and now, right at that point, we have a reading in here, and it shows just slightly above 160. I don't know if you can zoom in there to see that. So right across there, that's your line of measure. So now if I want to take the high jump standard up, and we're actually going to jump at 170, I will raise this up, measuring right here at 170. So I'm going to tighten this down so it's right at 170. And now we're going to go to the side. We won't worry about the middle. We'll go to the side and test this out. And so it'll be just this front part of this piece that the bar is raised to. There. And we'll do the same on the other side. And now we can test the middle to make sure that there was no change. There shouldn't be any significant change. That should rest right there, just as it does. So now we know that the middle is 170, and really all we had to do is measure each side to make sure that the standards went up on each side, the set amount. So little simple measuring device that would take a lot less time than two people going back and forth with a tape measure or just trying to guess raising one side or the other. So this is a high jump measuring stick with adjustment.